It's 4:42 in the morning. It is June. I mean no, July 18th, 2026. Again, it's 4:42 in the morning, July 18th, 2026. I'm about to speak on when I took my senior pictures back in the springtime of 2008. I know it was the springtime of '08 because I think this was like right after my birthday. And I went and took senior pictures with this dude named Show McCall, Tease or Devontae, and also um, Marcellus. And I took pictures with my sister, Alicia, also my twin sister. First, I took pictures, and then I took pictures with my sister. And then after I got done taking pictures that were like my suit on, and then also taking pictures with my twin sister, me, Tease, and Marcellus and Show McCall or Sam also took pictures with each other. So it was me, it was Sam, it was Tease, and it was Sale. And the reason why this one dude named Larnell wasn't in the picture was because he had just got sent off to a halfway house because he was on probation, and he had dropped dirty, and they ended up sending him to this this little rehab home for like a week or so or something like that when he dropped dirty on his drug test because he was on probation in Oakland County. Him and this dude named Tease was on probation for getting into a fight at Southfield Latham High. And I still remember they fought this dude named DC, and I forgot his brother name. It was this dude named DC, and he had a brother. I forgot his brother name, though. And after we took pictures, my twin sister, she went out to hang out with some of her homegirls. I can't remember where she went. And we went to a house on 8 Mile. Me, Show McCall, Tease, and Marcellus. This one girl threw a house party on 8 Mile. She went to Southfield Latham High. This light-skinned chick. Tease had a girlfriend at the time, and I was dancing with Tease's girlfriend, homegirl. And Show was like dancing with some lady also. Girl had some of her friends there. Then we went out in the back and we got high, and there was this one dude named Damon that pulled up on us also. Damon also went to Southfield Latham High, but he also went to Southfield Regional Academic Campus. And Damon had a twin brother. So it was me, Tease, Show McCall, Marcellus, this dude named Dame that also went to SRAC. We was all in the back in the garage getting high, and we was drinking and shit. And there was this one nigga that kept fucking taking pictures of us, yo. This dude named Barry. I remember talking to Show McCall about this in the summertime of 2008 because Show McCall, he used to have his pops used to stay on 9 Mile in Greenfield. So in the summertime of '08, that nigga used to be on Facebook like fucking with the hoes. Talking to the ladies and stuff. And he showed me the pictures that this one dude took of us. And I was like, bro, why did y'all just sit back and let that nigga take pictures of us like that? I didn't even know he took that many pictures. It was some dude named Barry that also went to Southfield Regional Academic Campus, or SRAC. I didn't know that nigga. You know what I'm saying? To be taking pictures like that. I still remember being drunk. Like, man, stop taking that fucking picture, bro. I still remember being drunk telling that nigga that. I still remember that like it was yesterday. Then that following week, after that house party, I just so happened to go to Southfield Latham High because, look, when you went to Southfield Regional Academic Campus, or SRAC, it was 2 buses that left from Southfield Latham High that went to Southfield Regional Academic Campus because everybody that went to SRAC back in the day, they took the bus early in the morning to Southfield Latham High. And then there was 2 buses that went to Southfield Regional Academic Campus from Southfield Latham High. When anybody that took the bus left from school, if they wasn't taking night classes or anything, then they would get on a bus and they'll take the bus to Southfield Latham High or they'll take the bus to Southfield High. You know what I'm saying? And then they'll get their ride. They'll get dropped off either from the buses that left from Southfield Latham High or the buses that left from Southfield High School. That's how the whole bus system thing was set up. Southfield Regional Academic Campus was an alternative school. But on this particular day, It used to be times when we used to come take the bus to Southfield Latham High, and the bus would be a little bit late, so we'll just go walking through Southfield Latham High. You know, we'll be going to Southfield Regional Academic Campus or SRAC, but if the bus was kind of late, we'll probably have like a 5-10 minute window to walk around the school. So it was times when I did that. On this particular week, right, this was right after I took them pictures. And I was walking through Southfield Latham High, and I saw the light-skinned chick. I didn't say nothing to her. I just walked past her. I still remember this like it was yesterday. She threw a party on 8 Mile, yo. You know what I'm saying? I still remember this like it was yesterday. And when I look at these pictures on the internet, I think I'm being, if I ain't know no better, I think I'm being framed, yo. I swear I think I'm being framed. So I'm about to send this fucking video to Show McCall. I'm about to send this motherfucking video to Marcellus Sabry. And I'm about to ask these niggas. I ain't talked to these niggas since like 2023 or some shit like that. I ain't talked to T's. Last time I talked to T's, I was at the Testimonial House of Love Shelter. And I reached out to that nigga. He was like, man, you harassing me, man. You harassing me, man. I'm like, what the fuck you talking about, bro? Let me get off this phone before I fuck around and end up getting sued or some shit like that. Because the way he was talking like, you know what I'm saying? He had a lawyer watching me or something. But it was this dude named Barry that kept taking pictures of us, yo. I remember this shit because he went to that dude Barry went to Southfield Regional Academic Campus. And he also was in summer school, and he was in the same summer school class with me and Show McCall. And I remember asking Show McCall, man, bro, why did y'all let that nigga put these pictures up on the internet? I asked that nigga that in the summertime of 2008. Because I remember I checked them. I ain't even gonna lie, I checked them because we was in the garage. We was outside of that girl house in the garage, getting drunk. You know what I'm saying? We had got like a fifth of liquor. And I still remember my sister Alicia pulling up on us. And I was like, Alicia, let me drive. And she was like, AJ, you clearly are not sober. No. She was like, no, get in the passenger seat. Because I was talking about dropping my sister off and then going to go fuck with talk to some ladies and stuff with Show McCall. I was with Tease. I was with Show McCall. I was with Marcellus Sabry. I was with Sam McCall, Devontae Williams Ortiz, and Marcellus Sabry, yo. And we had just went and took pictures. And I still remember by like February, March time of 2009 saying, man, I don't even want that damn shirt no more. Because I had like an Ed Hardy shirt on, and I vividly remember saying, I don't even want that shirt no more. I don't even know why I wore that. I just wear that shit because I saw everybody else wearing that shit. And T was like, just sell it to me. He was like, sell it to me. Like it was like, I'll wear it. I was like, man, you can have it. But I never gave him that shirt. I never knew what happened to it. But we also took a picture, and I just wore my black T-shirt on. You know what I'm saying? Because that was always the type of shirt that I wore. Everybody knew that about me. I always wear a white T-shirt or a black T-shirt. But I vividly remember going off on this dude, dog, because we was in the garage smoking and drinking. And I heard snap, click, click. And I was like, dog, what the fuck you keep taking pictures for, bro? Put that fucking camera down, bro. It was this short dude named Barry, dog. You know what I'm saying? I remember this like it was yesterday. And I remember Tease and Sale, Tease and Marcellus laughing like, man, chill out, AV, man. Like, no, chill out. I'm like, no, man, this nigga keep taking pictures. What the fuck is he on, bro? Like, I remember this shit, all this shit coming back to mind, dog. This was the same exact night I took them senior pictures. I was the only one that graduated in the year 08 that time, but the main people that was hanging out was Tease or Devontae, Show McCall or Sam McCall, Marcellus Sabry or Sale, and also Larnell Mays. But Larnell was in the home, yo. And I was also hanging out with this dude named Frank. Frank was in that building where we was taking pictures at, but he was I was telling that nigga like, hey man, you want to get in the picture? He like, no, man, I gotta go, you know what I'm saying? But he had walked in there because he was considering taking senior pictures in there. I never knew if he took senior pictures or not. You know what I'm saying? So I just told teasing them to get in the pictures just for friend pictures and shit like that, just for like buddy pictures and shit like that. But if somebody is trying to make up some lie about me now, dog, when I was at that house party on 8 Mile back in the springtime, of 2008 at this light-skinned chick party. Somebody let me know as soon as possible, yo. I was dancing with a couple girls in there. That was it. So if somebody's trying to say that I did something fucked up, I still remember the light-skinned girl telling me that was throwing the party. She was like, you talking to the wrong one. Because every time I walked past her, I was like, watch out. I was being rude. I ain't going to lie. I did walk past her and I was like, hey, watch out. And then she was like, you talking to the wrong one. You supposed to say, excuse me. I was like, my bad. You right. You know what I'm saying? I kept saying, watch out. Like, every time I walked past her, every time it wasn't just her, it was everybody I walked past. I was just like, hey, watch out. Right? Hey, watch out. You know what I'm saying? I was drunk. I remember all of this. And then that following week, I came to Southfield Lake DePauw. And I saw that girl walking through Southfield Lake DePauw. And I was like, oh, I didn't even know she went to Southfield Lake DePauw. And she was walking around like the freshman hallway. And I didn't really say nothing to her because I was like, oh, damn, I didn't even know she was a freshman. Yo, we was in the freshman party. She was walking around the A hall. I think A hall was like where the freshmen be at. So at that moment, I was like, oh, I think she a freshman, yo. So that was probably her 15th birthday party or something like that. And I still remember after I graduated, I was hanging out with Show McCall the summertime of 2009 over there on 9 Mile and Greenfield. Show McCall father had a house on 9 Mile and Greenfield in Oak Park. And I remember asking Show McCall, bro, why did you let that nigga take pictures of us like that, bro? I didn't even know he took that many motherfucking pictures. Because Show McCall was on motherfucking Facebook, and he pulled up all of the pictures that was taken of me and Show McCall and Tease and Sale. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it was also this dude named Frank that I was hanging out with. Frank was from the east side. I hung out with Frank a couple times around that same time. Frank had graduated in January, though. You know what I'm saying? He had finished all his credits in January. But Larnell Mays, or Nils, we all called him Nils back in the day, that nigga had violated probation, and they sent him to a rehab house. So, with all that being said, dog, if it's something negative being stated about me, or if it's somebody saying that I was hanging out with that one dude named Barry, I still remember that nigga name, dog. That nigga was in the same class that me and Show McCall had when we was in summer school in the summertime of 2007. Somebody let me know as soon as possible, yo. As soon as possible. If it's any kind of lie being stated about me when I was at that party, I danced with a couple girls. Tease had a girlfriend at that time, this dark-skinned chick. And I remember dancing with this dark-skinned chick that was either her cousin or her homegirl or something like that, or her sister. And then I had also danced with this caramel-skinned chick. We was basically in the basement, yo. All this shit coming back to mind now. This was on 8 Mile. This was probably around this was like 8 Mile, and I want to say she had a house somewhere on 8 Mile, yo. Probably around 8 Mile and like Lasher or something, or 8 Mile and going toward like Greenfield way. She had a house on 8 Mile, this light-skinned chick. Right after we took pictures. Right after I took them senior pictures, yo. We went to a party later on that night. And I'm going to say this again. In late June 29th, 2025, I went to 3 different emergency rooms. Providence Hospital, Sinai Grace, and Henry Ford Hospital. I told them I want to get my urine and my blood examined because I woke up feeling lightheaded in my Auntie Mary Smith apartments at the Regal Tower Apartments in Southfield, Michigan. The bitch told me no. I'm going to just say it how it is. The lady the lady that was in the Oak Park hospital told me no. She wanted to have a great debate back and forth with me. Then I went to a building called Haven on July 3rd, 2025. And they told me they don't do urine and blood tests. The lady took pictures of my penis and my butt area, but she did not give me the urine and the blood examination that I wanted to see if a roofie was put in my food or to see if a sleeping pill was put in my food. She told me they didn't do them kind of tests. And then I asked her, if y'all don't do those kind of tests, why on a medical report it's crossed out? If it wasn't optional, why is it even on a list? And she told me that's probably just basic procedure. They told me like 3 months ago in like March or April of 2026 of this year that they actually do urine and blood examinations for sleeping pills and roofies and stuff like that, and roofinols and stuff. And Haven building in Pontiac, Michigan. That's specifically for people who are victims of rape or domestic violence, and it's also a shelter for kids over there. And then I took a rape kit and I gave it to the police, the Southfield police. And I also took that police report number and I made a federal report because when I realized the police didn't do shit, I said, okay, let me send this out to I'm gonna get this to the FBI just in case I'm being lied on or I'm being framed in any kind of scandalizing way. Because she told me, I'm on the phone with the police, and she told me that the security guards at the Regal Tower apartment said that there was no footage. And I said, how the fuck it ain't no footage for something that took place 2 weeks ago? I said I woke up on June 29th around 5 o'clock in the morning, June 29th, 2025, feeling lightheaded. What you mean? The reason I'm bringing that up is because that was in Southfield, Michigan, and I used to go to school in Southfield, Michigan. I'm about to put this up on all my social media platforms, yo. But I'm paying attention to the pictures that's being taken on the internet, and I feel like somebody is talking to somebody in code. You know what I'm saying? I talked about how I reached out to the female singer SZA a long time ago, never got a response. I reached out to other female rappers, I never got a response. The whole time I was living in Los Angeles, California, Masons and Eastern Stars was giving Bloods and Crips specific assignments, and they was telling them to hack my phone and lie on my image. So they was hacking in my phone, socializing with people, and some of these niggas was security guards working at shelters. Some of these niggas was regular residents at the shelters acting like they was homeless, but they had a home to go to. They were just acting like they was homeless because they was a part of this big operation, which was to hack my phone all day and frame and lie on my image. And they was being protected and also instructed by Masons and Eastern Stars that were affiliated with the police. That's why the doctors didn't help me out when I tried to get my urine and my blood examined when I went to the emergency room in March 2025, November 2025, September 2024, August 2024. It's 4:59 in the morning. It is July 18th, 2026. This AJ, yo, Alvin Bremen Jr. So if there's any video going around or somebody doing something to me at all, somebody let me know as soon as possible. That's why I made a report also on June 12th, 2026. You know what I'm saying? And went to the doctor right after that by June 13th, 2026, because I said I woke up feeling lightheaded again. If it's nothing at all that happened to me, cool. But I just want to stay on the safe side because I don't trust anything if somebody will try to take my sperm and give it away to someone else. So, again, that party that me, Show McCall, Devontae, Marcellus went to on 8 Mile back in the springtime of 2008. If it's anybody saying anything negative about me, we got drunk, but I didn't have sex with any of them ladies or anything like that. We got drunk. I danced with, I still remember it was this dark-skinned girl I was dancing with. We was in the basement, and then there was also this caramel-skinned girl I was messing around with and dancing with and stuff like that. Then we went outside and went in the garage, and then this one dude pulled up on his name, Damon, that also was going to Southfield Lake DePauw. He had a twin brother. I remember all of this. Damon was my dog back in the day. And it was me, Marcellus, and Show McCall and Devontae, dog, in the garage, drinking and smoking weed. And this one dude kept taking pictures, and I remember I snapped on him, like, man, quit taking that fucking picture. All of this I'm talking about, I talked about in 2023 when I was reminiscing. I put a lot of this on my YouTube. I just saw somebody got a light flashing outside. What the fuck? If that's not lightning, somebody outside with a camera, yo. If that's not lightning, somebody out here with a camera. Oh, that's lightning. That's definitely lightning.